I did watch the Whaley fight against Suarez, and I noticed, like, at one point in the match, she actually turned away from Suarez when Suarez had side control. Do you think that's safe to do?
Well, why don't we take a look at it and break it down? It's kind of, let's look at this here. So if you get into side control, yeah, it's going to do it. Yeah, exactly. So if I'm on top, right? So a lot of times, like in jiu-jitsu, right, they'll teach you to kind of turn in and maybe try to get guard against them, even try to get one knee shield in or whatever. Right? They'll show a lot of this. Whaley was doing a lot of this stuff. None of it was successful to get a sweep or anything like that. And so ultimately, even though Suarez started like even all the way back into guard, and Whaley even had like double butterfly, Suarez ended up ultimately getting to side control. Right, let's go slide this way a little bit. So in side control, and from a wrestling perspective, the only thing that's keeping you trapped here is this arm. So you see, if I'm all the way like this, right, or even kind of like this, right? The only thing really is this arm. So if Cindy, go ahead and try to get the arm free. Yep, you know how to bridge. Yeah, bridge. Get the arm free, and then now you can continue the bridge, and you can hip heist, and then go to referee's position. And with wrist control, that's like one of the most ideal things you can do. All right, let's go ahead and show a different angle here. Whaley didn't do this exactly, but we want to show you this exact move. Go ahead and slide down this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you know that the arm is trapped here. All right, so then.
Sorry.
There you go. No problem. Okay, so what you want to do is work on that bridge to get your feet close, right? You want to get your hand free so you can use that bridge, right, to make the person come up. You'll get space, right? And once you come down, you're going to bridge again, and then you're going to turn away. And ideally, if you can get wrist control, that would be fantastic, because it really minimizes their ability to choke you, or like you can't really do too significant of a strike here. So Whaley didn't do this exactly. She just ended up going underneath the person, underneath Suarez, but she still got out. So she didn't get wrist control. She still ended up going to ref and then working her way back up. Okay, so which is totally fine, because say like if we're here, it's gonna try it one more time. All right, so you go ahead and bridge out. You can kind of see the mechanics here, right? So in this case, so Cindy's well trained, right? Not to say that Whaley isn't, but she didn't get wrist control, but she ended up. So go ahead and she ended up getting to this position here, right? So this position where you're still under them, and if they have their arms like over you, you can totally sit out, and that's basically what Whaley did. So it's like Suarez was over her like this. Then go ahead and get out, Cindy. Okay, so you can sit out, and then you can go around back. And then I think that's kind of how it happened, where then Suarez like
Started pulling guard.
Yeah, she pulled guard. So yeah, the woman who's the wrestler, all of a sudden she's underneath, and she can't get out. So she got pinned and was unable to escape. Whaley, I heard that she wanted to see if she could use her jiu-jitsu that she had been training in her match, or she'd been training before the match. She wanted to show that she could do something, but I think she was trying, right? She got butterfly hooks a few times, wasn't able to get a sweep, so I think she abandoned it once Suarez ultimately passed guard. So you can think about that, where it's like, if you lose all the thing you want to do, if you're doing jiu-jitsu and you want to do guard stuff or do butterfly stuff, and if your opponent like just passes through all of that, then yeah, maybe you want to think about wrestling. Think about getting like hip heisting, and so you get back to referee's position or defense position, which is hands and knees. Any variation of hands and knees, and then you can find your way out. There's so many ways out from there, and MMA fighters are discovering that, like quad pod and all these different things. And you saw the Weili fight. Weili finds her way out, and pretty much the first round was the only time Weili was really underneath, and then after that it was Weili on top, Weili getting the punches in, the significant strikes and all that. So yeah, I think MMA is really discovering the value of wrestling. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is still popular and still in there, and still, like, you have to learn holds, right, like joint locks and stuff. But I think with regards to escaping, especially if you're in a bad situation where, like, Suarez was passing the guard, and I think Weili felt like, oh, it's getting worse, so I'm gonna bail. And instead of bailing into guard again, she just got out. You want to add any thoughts?
No, but you brought up a good point earlier, like the other day, that like if you turn into, like, especially in an MMA situation, if you turn towards them, you're just gonna eat punches all day.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I might as well show real quick. So what I mean by that. So say if they a lot of times in side control, they have the one hand under the shoulder, so it's something like this, right? So if Cindy were to kind of shrimp towards me, right, and then maybe if they turn that shoulder here, right, so you could still keep that, right, and even if they get the knee in between us, if you can still keep this underhook here, I can still resist her for a while, even though she's gonna try to go ahead and like straighten your body so you can kind of get away. I can still try my best to keep her nice and balled up. Then from here, these would be some pretty significant strikes to the face. All right, so that can get the TKO. I think that would be significant. That's enough leverage. All right, but yeah, if like go ahead and get into ref again, and then get my wrist control. So this is somewhat significant, similar, but
It's not straight on.
Yeah, and you're not gonna stay there. Like if all of a sudden I'm hitting you, right, and then like this is annoying enough where you would move, right, and then a lot of times it's really easy, especially if she does have the wrist control, right. Go ahead and you can sit out, you can get behind me, right. You can also go ahead and do far up, like go and roll me over here. So yep. Like that. So even if I'm trying to fight, trying to punch, it's not gonna last too long. But if you shrimp and they got the underhook there, they'll at least they have the opportunity to get a few significant strikes in. But those ones you definitely want to avoid. All right. So I hope that helped you, and we'll see you in the next video.